Good evening, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry for the delay on that one. Welcome back to Dream Team Racing. Live for you tonight, and Ian's in the chat as well. Hi, Ian. Nice to have you in. Does it sound okay? Let me know if the sounds good, please. Thank you. Yep, you join us here this evening for IMSA. It's the IMSA 2026. Cool. Thank you, mate. Thank you. And this is round 5. It's round 3 of the MX-5 Cup series. This is a support series to this one. So we have the MX-5s on show this evening. Looking brilliant. Lots of lovely liveries on show. Sayo, Yari, Shocky. We'll go through some Opal on Pop. Evening, Opal. Lovely to have you, mate. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Grab yourself a beer, strap in, and away we go. But yeah, lovely to see you, mate. Lovely to have you in. Really cool. So yep, MX-5's first then. So this is the support series to the main IMSA series that we run. And there's Deck as well, giving a flash of the lights to the screen. Beautifully done. And that will be in the special livery that I did for Deck. So yeah, excellent stuff. There's Shocky. And yeah, like I say, we'll go through some of the things. There's 14 laps though here. So this is the Watkins Glen round 3 MX-5 Cup series round 3. So this is Watkins Glen, and this is the short version. So we don't go all the way around to the boot or the foot. We have this long sweeping right-hander, and then yeah, comes through to the straight, bucket to the top. So it's a tighter track. It suits the MX-5s really well, I think. I do. So yeah, you have a lot of fun around here with the MX-5s, and a lot of the time the track times that a lot of the drivers will have will be pretty close. We've done a couple of practices obviously before now, and yeah, a lot of the times have been pretty close realistically. So should be in some pretty close racing tonight. Through. I'll keep an eye on time as well, because I'm hosting this evening, so I will be doing the all the usual things in terms of making sure that we're up and running, starting the races and the qualifying. Qualifying tonight will be 10 minutes, and that will be the Pro-Ams going out first for that one, followed by the Pros, and that just gives the Pro-Ams a chance to set some times, and then the Pros will then come out and set their times. And that will be the same with the main race, the main feature race afterwards as well, with the GT3's GTD Class. It's Wes in the chat as well. Hello! Hello, says Wes. Hello, hello, hello. Nice to have you here, buddy. And nice to have you on track as well. There's Peter. It's pretty warm at the moment, but it's great that everyone is here and racing tonight. The only person we haven't got in at the moment, I believe, is Hippie. So we're just waiting on Hippie. Just waiting on Hippie at the moment. Otherwise, we're pretty much all good. Let me give that one a little. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There we are. That's better. Shocky also in there as well. Shocky in the chat. Nice to have you in the chat, Shocky. Thank you for joining us. And Deck, wow, that's pretty close, isn't it, up front? Just to practice this is at the moment, guys, but a few minutes to go before we actually start qualifying. 3 minutes, so about 10 to roughly we'll start qualifying. And Deck and Sayo look to be no power. Oh, what, electric wise, or Hippie? What, you mean Hippie has no power, or oh, hang on. I hope that comes back. I hope that's just temporary, Shocky. Do that comes back. I know you're in chat, so yeah. Let me know what that is. That might just be temporary, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Might just be a shut off and then everything comes back on. But just keep me posted on that one, Shocky. Keep me posted in the chat, okay? Just make sure you don't miss anything. Just give me a shout. Yeah, it'd be a shame if anyone comes down on the power side of things. Right, let's have a little look a moment whilst we sit on Chad. Chad jumping in this evening, racing with us first time I think this series. It's a nice Watkins. I know he enjoys Watkins. So already showing pretty good pace as well. Indeed, warming up nicely. Let's have a little check on the chats at the moment, everybody, as you're joining us. Yep, of course this is round 3 tonight. Only one more round to go for the MX-5 support series, and that will be at CGV, the Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve in Canada. Ooh, purple sector at the moment, so we're in the purple at the moment. Here's Chad. He's got the purple colours and the purple sector at the moment, so let's see if we can turn that into something really cool. So yeah, we will start soon. So yeah, just a quick one. Let's have a little look. There we are. So currently, I believe we have Hippie at the front, really. So yeah, Hippie with 717 points. We now have Wes with 610. Robbo with 560. We then have Nick with 520, then 327 points for Cheta. He has raced, actually. He raced first. He raced second race with us, I believe, so that's cool. Yeah, cool. Let me know. Richie! Evening, Richie. Evening, Flash. Nice to have you in. Evening, Richie. Nice to have you in too. So yeah, hopefully the power will come back, Shocky. Yeah, Scott, you're Shocky. Okay, I mean we might have to start the MX-5s. You can drop around. Hey, there's Nick as well. Evening, Nick. But yeah, you can drop around. So in this you have 3 rounds count from 4. So you're able to drop 1 round. So your top 3 scores will go forward to your final score. It's the same thing as with the main series as well, whereby we have 7 main races in the series. 6 of them will count. You're allowed to drop your worst result, or if you have a DNF for any reason, or if you miss a race, then at least that doesn't count against you for the series. But yep, and Cheto getting into the 120s as well there. So a couple getting into the 120s. Looking good at the moment. So just waiting on Hippie at the moment. I'm not sure where Hippie is. Okie dokie. But that's for the scores for the pros, the Pro-Ams for the Mazda MX-5 Cup. At front at the moment is DTR Yari with 720 points. He's got a clean, very clean 360s on both. And then we have in P2 DTR Shocky. So yeah, Shocky won't be so happy, but at least you still get the last race at CGV, so and it should be a bit cooler then as well, so we hopefully won't have those issues. Severi currently holding P3 in the Mazda Cup as well, with 592 points, 586 points, 85 points, sorry, just a few points behind is Peter in P4. Then we have Dexter with 540 points in P5 at the moment, and then we have DK. This is the first race for DK as well, so Dimitri's first race for us. Peter parked up in 1 second. But yeah, so let's find where there we are, Dimitri. Yeah, that's Vital DK. So this is the first race as well with us with the MX-5s as well, so that's cool. Severy is there waiting patiently. We should be starting the qualifying now, so I will go ahead with it. No, all neighbourhoods gone down. They fix it before main event. Yeah, okay, Kogan and Shocky. We'll keep those fingers crossed for you. Okay. Obviously, just keep me in the loop. If it does come back, then that's beautiful. And then we can boot up and keep going. Okay, so let me put this in the chat then. Qualifying about to start. And Robbo. Okay, he's carrying some extra ballast then as Robbo. He's carrying a bit of extra ballast. He's enjoyed his food. I'm feeling a little bit, so his MX-5 is going to be carrying a few extra kilos tonight. Will that make a difference to how he he races this evening? Yeah. Not sure. I'll just give it that. It can't be too late starting because I know it'll be. Let me just double check then, everybody. Whilst we're here, let me get up onto my old Discords. And I'll have a little sip of drink as well in a moment. Very dry mouth. Okay, so that's a message sent to Hippie. Hopefully we'll get a response from Hippie on that one. Jack parking up. He's got his little red badge on the top there. So there's Sayo as well, just pulling up. We should be waiting. I'm hoping I get a response from Hippie and that he'll be in with us very soon. If not, then we'll do the qualifying for the MX-5 Cup. And then we'll run to, and then hopefully he'll be in with us along with Shocky for the main event. Some flashing lights there, absolutely. The Gunners, there you go. Premier League 2026 champions. That's Deck's team. And that's Wes in the background. And Yari out on track as well. But yeah, I think that's what we'll probably do for now. Nothing back from Hippie at the moment, so yeah, I think we'll start. Yeah, we'll go with that then. Okay. Bit of revving going on as well. Absolutely in the background. Sorry guys, I know there's bits of breaks in here. I'm trying to organise a few bits and bobs at the same time. Trying to do everything else as well, but no worries, no worries. We'll be there, don't worry about that. Let's have a little look. Who's out on track? We got Wes. We got Yari out on track as well, so we'll just sit in with Yari for a moment. And yeah, hopefully Hippie will be with us soon. Yeah, there's Flash in the chat as well, so hopefully he'll be in with us soon. So let me just say, Pro. Yep. There we go. And that's all done. Lovely jubblies. Okay, that's in. Okie dokie, about to start then everybody. Qualifying is about to start. Let's get good luck in there. Everyone in the chat wishing good luck as well. So yeah, excellent stuff. And here we go. So time to come out on here and get this started. Let me just hang on a second, get that down on there. That's it, lovely. Okay, right, lovely. We should have that one on as well. We do, lovely. Okay. Beautiful, right, okie dokie. If you're here as well in the chat, why don't you hit the like button as well, please? Be lovely. Share it to your friends, and they can come in and watch you racing as well. Pretty cool. Right, okay, so qualifying about to start. Good luck, everybody. And away we go. There we go then. So Pro-Am drivers will come out first. So that'll be Jari, Vettel, Peter and Severy will be out on track first. And then we'll get their laps in. So let's spectate. We'll sit with, we've got Severy, Vettel, Peter. There we are. So one of the, yeah, there we go. Lovely. We'll sit in there. Vettel, I believe, if I've got this one right. Cool. Nice. Different colour scheme on it, but it looks great. I like it. I like it. I like it. That's cool. That is a copy of a Ferrari MSV Racing livery. That's cool. I like it. Well done. Excellent stuff. There's DK. So, oh, little tap on the inside there from Severy. Very easy to do. And just going a little bit wide, probably just carrying that bit of damage, but probably had to just set it a little bit wider. Oh, he's got that 1 second penalty. At least it'll burn off. It should burn off now, hopefully, fingers crossed, but it won't. Okay, it'll be on the next lap. But he's got 2 laps. You've got your out lap and 2 flying laps here. So Severy. Oh, now we've got Peter here now as well. Number 78 in the Pink Floyd, another brick in the wall livery. Peter's 3rd IMSA series. We've ran 2024, 2025 and 2026. So yeah, this is his 3rd one. Okay, a few little horns beeping away in the in the pits there, but lovely stuff there, Peter. And then we have Severy, but that'll burn off. And we have Vettel and Jari leading right at the moment. So Jari, tap on there on the old microphone. Right, okay, let's get that right into place. Jari then will be setting us the first of the fast lap. Oh, you've got to be so careful again. You just clip that inside edge. And when you do that, you see sometimes you can get a penalty too, but thankfully no penalties come, but you've got to be careful. Cheddar, yes indeed, indeed, every time it's pressed Cheddar, absolutely Chad, you're absolutely right, but welcome in my man, welcome in, welcome in. Nice to see you on the track as well tonight. Yeah, Robbo, yes, we know Robbo's probably one of those that likes to do likes to get that horn pressed away in the pits, likes to let everybody know I am here. And I am raring to go. So remember, it's at the end of 4 minutes. We will see. Well, let's get the race info on now, and we'll see where we're at. So 123.8 for Jari, and 123.2 for Vettel at the moment. And Jari now on his final out lap. And then Indian Stig, evening. Welcome in, my friend. Welcome in. Lovely to see you, buddy. Nice to have you here. So yeah, Jari leading him out at the moment. Severy. And then we have Peter. Yeah, so far so good. Yep, Tula's in. Tula in the chat. Yeah, nice to have you, umbrella. Yari will be the first to post an official lap time, so as he comes round. So have a sip of water, pretty dry. And in the purple as well by over a second, so looking very good for Yari at the moment. Sayo, evening. Belies me, yeah. I think so, Sayo. And across he comes then, 121.254, excellent time by Yari. Really quick, so yep, and then we had Vettel coming through with a 122.512, knows his laps done. Peter through, okay, Peter, right there we have Vettel, so in return to pits now. Vettel needs to return to pits as well. Yari return to pits. Pro's out anyway, so Pro should be out as they already are. And there we go. By the time I've written it, they would have completed another lap, I know. Yeah, you've done your 3 laps, so no others allowed. At the moment, where's Deck on the way out as well, so yep, Yari's gone into the pits. Vettel, not good, but yeah, okay, right. So far we got Yari, Vettel, Severy, Peter. What happened with Peter? Okay, Peter's there. Okay, you pick up a couple of penalties, I guess. Might have been the case. Okay, won't be too bad. We'll just be starting 4th in the Pro-Ams. So we have Wes leading us out then with the pros. Wes coming round to the right-hander onto the final. Start finish straight and away goes. On the out lap, Sayo paying close attention. There's Robbo just behind. So there we go. Giving it some slide there. Got to be so careful you don't pick up the penalties. If you go a little bit wide after turn 1. Oh, and he did. He picked up the 1. Oh, that's such a shame. Must have just gone a little bit too wide. Stick at it though, Wes, stick at it. You'll have your 2nd flying lap, so at least you'll be able to, fingers crossed, get your good time in then. Flash is with us at the moment, evening Flash. I know I said that already, but yeah, just in case you didn't hear me. Lovely, there we go. So Sayo. Slipstream is off as well for these guys, so there's no slipstream in effect, so it doesn't matter if you're close to the driver in front, you won't get any benefit from that. So yeah, Vettel and sorry, Chad. Nick there as well. And back with 1.5, so must have gone a little bit wide as well, possibly. It happens. Tricky track, this one. Oh, okay. Oh no, that was... Who was that also on the inside? Was that Wes? It was Wes. Okay, so he's burnt off his 1 second penalty. Robbo at the moment, Sayo with a 121, Robbo with a 122.5, Chad with a 122.021, Deck with a 120.601 at the moment. So currently Deck holding pole position. Sayo in P2, Yari in P3, Robbo in P4, Severy in P5, Daiko also in the chat. Oh no, Wes has gone wide again. Okay, good luck. Yeah, but nice to see you in, Daiko. Welcome. And there we have Nick carrying that 2-second penalty as well into this lap. So yeah, there's going to be a few that aren't going to be quite setting lap times here, or the lap times they will set won't be really reflective of their pace. Yes, I think unfortunately there was, yeah, absolutely, that was very unfortunate. You're currently in P8 at the moment, so you do have a lap time, so that's a good thing. So at least you're in P8 at the moment. M3 guy has burnt off the 2-second penalty. Let's see now where his lap time will be. Everyone calling in now, so no one improving on their times just yet. And will Robbo improve? He's coming down, let's see. With the Red Bull livery, across he goes. Yes, he does, with 122.890. Well done, well done. And Chad as well improving to P2. Very nice, 122.086. Excellent stuff. GG's. There we are. Well, we did say he does like this track. Some excellent spinny spinners going on here as well. But that is it, guys. That's his qualifying over. All done. 126. So Nick gets into P4. And yeah. I'll just say return to pits, everyone. Qualifying over. And there we go. Let's get that one done there. Beautiful. There we go. That's it, Nick. There we go. I think the thing is with this one, I think there will be a few penalties. I think Chad has finished as well. Yep, they're just doing spinny spinners and donuts. So we'll keep an eye on this one now. Yeah, so 22.3. He was a 22.5. He didn't step. He only stepped 0.2 in front of. So he had a 22.5 to begin with, to Vettel. So he would have been in front of Severy anyway. So he would have been holding P6. But yeah, we will. Perhaps something will happen afterwards with that, because that will obviously mean that Vettel was P2. He would have been P2. But yeah, we will see. Yeah, I'm guessing you would have been purple. It's 2 flying laps essentially, so that's as much. There we go, there we are. But yeah, it's 2 flying laps, so unfortunately if you don't do quite so well in your first, then yeah, there's not much you can do about it really. It is literally just the 2 laps that you get, 2 flying laps that you get after your qualifying. So let's have a look at the qualifying then. There we are. So DTR Deck takes P1 for the pros with a 120.6, followed by Chad in P2 with a 121 realistically 0.086, and then we have Sayo in P3 with a 121.241. So excellent stuff. And then we have, just take a little screenshot there, lovely, that's it. And then we have Yari for the Pro-Ams at P4, but obviously in P1 for the Pro-Am, and Robbo in P5, in P4 for Pro-Am, for Pro, sorry, Vettel in P6, in P2 for Pro-Am, Severy in P7, which is P3 for Pro-Am, Nick in P8, which is P5 for the Pro, and then we have Butson in P9, which is P6 for the Pro, and Peter in P10, which is P4 for the Pro-Am. So I'll just take a screenshot there as well. Lovely jubbly, so I've got everyone all on record there. Race will start at 14. We're a little bit behind time. But, yeah, there we go, race start at 14. We had to start a little bit late because we were waiting on Hippie. We were hoping that Hippie would be able to join us. I'm just going to see if there's anything. Only update there, nothing yet. Okay, no problem. Okay. Yep, fingers crossed again. Still shocky with no power at the moment, so hopefully that comes back in. Yep, okay, so not far away, but yep. You can see the times on the right hand side there. So deck from Chad, from Sayo, then Yari, then Robbo, then Vettel, DK, Dimitri. Then we have Severy, M3 guy, Nick, MP8. Then we have Wes, MP9, Peter, MP10. We would have had Shocky in with us and Hippie as well. I'm not sure what's happened with Hippie. I hope he's all well though, more importantly. So I hope he's all good and all well. And obviously we know unfortunately what's happened with Shocky, and Shocky had an electric cut, so the electric in his neighbourhood has gone down. He was in with us early on for some of the practice in the MX-5s. You've entered Shocky, so you will get points, my friend. You will get base points anyway, even if you can't get in because you were here with us. All right, so you know, we're not totally unfair like that. That would be a kick in the head. So yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you will get points anyway, but yeah, I know it's nothing like actually racing, and when you've been practicing with us like you did on Thursday, it's a bit of a not so great. So hopefully that gets fixed for you. Everyone's got their fingers crossed for you, Shocky, and I hope that that they get that switched on for you very, very, very soon, mate. Really do. Okay, so here we go then. We're about to start the race, everybody, and I shall wish everyone a good luck. Have a good race. Let's have a clean race, and good luck, everyone. Here we go. And there we are. So we have 6 in the Pro-Am, we have 4 in the Pro. Obviously we lost the one in the Pro-Am, which was Shocky. Unfortunately DEXA are also at the moment, July and August, the tricky months with DEXA. So here we go, let's get on the spectates. Rolling starts. Deck is leading them out, DTR Deck, aka Jay Murphy. As some might better know him from Gran Turismo World Series last year. In the finals, and away we go. Detail deck, hold on to the P1, Chad in P2, Sayo in P3. Everyone through first corner, all very nicely indeed. Yari holding on to P4, Robbo in P5, Vettel in P6. P7 is Severy, P8 Nick, just in behind, with Wes just in behind Nick as well. Those three keeping each other for company. Looks like that's going to be where the first set of battles are going to come from. Peter also is in just behind them as well, so Peter's not too far off either. He might be sitting off and just waiting and seeing what happens as they enter the chicane. Oof, little slips and slides, wheels screeching away. They all managed to get through nice and tidy. Beautifully done, well done everybody, well done everybody. Excellent stuff as they come around the elongated hairpin. Staying out wide, maximising your speed. Let's see now. Those three are together. Any moves? Nope. Not always easy to make the moves. Sometimes it's better just to wait, sit back, and maybe see if another moment comes up. But this is where the main battles are at the moment. We'll flick back up front at the minute. But yep. Let's see where we are at the moment. Severy managing to hold on to that P7 and Nick in P8 at the moment. Obviously they're not really racing each other, but they are in the race as such, so they are racing each other. But obviously it's Pro and Pro-Am. But either way, you still want to do as best you can, whether you're Pro or Pro-Am, really. You do want to do the best you can in the race. Then we have Severy, then we have Vettel. We'll have a little look up front now and see how everybody else is getting on. Robbo in the Red Bull livery in P5. Oh, and Sayo with a 1 second, so must have gone a little bit too wide at P1, at turn 1, sorry, not P1. Oh, and Yari. Oh, hold it together, hold it together, hold it together. It's lost the back end. Oh no, oh no. Oh, it spanned and went straight into the front of Severy. Oh, Severy's got to keep going. And Nick managing just to get through and by. Unlucky for Severy. And Yari spinning out. That was so unfortunate. That back end went and just had no control. It just flew over Severy, who will have a little bit of damage now. We'll be trying to get rid of that. Not much he could have done. Maybe Yari will give him a little bit of a push round. Help out a teammate. Give him some extra boost. Oh, that's such a shame. Right, let's carry on up through. We've got Nick in P8 then. Then we have Wes in P7, who has Peter in P6. So Peter up into P6. Peter started in P10 at the start of the race, so he's up into P6 now. So he's made a few positions. Then we go up to Vettel. Oh, there's Robbo and Sayo. Obviously Sayo burning off that 1 second penalty, then brought Robbo right back in with it. And Vettel's not too far behind, you know. So he might be feeling that if he can just stay tight with these two, he could improve his position. He's currently P1, I believe, for Pro-Am. So he's currently P1 for Pro-Am. So he doesn't really have to improve on that, but obviously the closer he can keep with these guys, the better it is for himself to the Pro-Am drivers behind him, like Peter and Severy and Yari. So currently holding P1 for the Pro-Am. Somebody going wide down with Sayo again. 1.5 second penalty for Sayo. Unlucky, unlucky, unlucky. It might not make too much difference to his overall position here. He's in P4 currently in the Pro-Am. I think he'll probably keep that P4 afterwards as well. Just depends. We have Peter there, and you can see, and Wes, who is the next closest in the Pro, does have a 0.5 second penalty, so that will save him there. It's almost like, yeah, it's almost like you have a magnet here and the penalties just attach themselves to you as you drive around, but it's so easy to pick them up around here. You've got to be so close, so tight and tidy as you come through. Again, so Wes will be burning that off. We'll go up to Peter in P6. We then have Vettel. Oh, Vettel has had a bit of a slide, comes back on. Luckily Peter avoided him, and Wes as well around the outside, so unluckily must have missed a bit of braking there and carried on. Unfortunately gone down into P2 for the Pro-Am. It's not too bad though still. Peter out in P1 at the moment for the pros then, so started in P5, P10, is now up into P4, Peter is. So it's been quite a climb. Excellent drive. Peter did come in with practices with us. Had to split in the last one because the temperature was just a little bit too much. As we know, it's quite warm in Europe, and a few places it's pretty warm at the moment. Hence why Shockey's electrics have gone down, I believe, as well. Let's have a little look up front. So we have Robbo still with Sayo just in front of Robbo. About 1.5 seconds in difference there. I haven't put this on either, have I? I do apologise, everybody. There we go. That's better. That's better. That's better. Everyone's on medium tyres, by the way, so it's racing mediums for this one. Now, there's been a little bit of a discussion that for the last race of the series, that's CGV, we might use the sports tyres and see how that feels in the practices. But Robbo at the moment in P3. Sayo is retired, or was Sayo out? Not seen anything. Okay, so we have Deco in P1, 120.008, fastest lap time so far by Deck. Wow. So 120.008. Look at the times: 120.017, 120.134, 120.172. Incredible times by Deck at the moment. Out on his own by 7 seconds in front of Chad. Chad doing well, holding on to that P2 at the moment. Has Robbo 1.7 seconds behind him. Just got to keep it tidy and clean as you can. Just don't get those penalties, and yep, that way you'll stay and keep yourself in the race, keep in the battle. Chad currently in P2. We have Robbo in P3. Chad just joining us this evening for the race. So he did race with us in race 2. So he has already raced the MX-5s and on a blue one, Robbo. So he's on for a better lap this time. He's getting a bit of momentum with these now, and you can tell. Okay, yep. Network cable's broken. Okay, so Shockey won't be able to return. So he will score points for tonight because he did enter. He was here as far as we were concerned. So he will score points tonight in both events. So it's only the fairest way to do it. No, yeah, we'll keep those fingers crossed. Shockey, definitely will keep those fingers crossed for you. Okay. But thank you for keeping us updated as well, mate. But you'll get points for both because you did enter, and it's not your fault that you're not with us. So as we know, we always, whenever it's not anyone's fault, we will always look after people. Robbo a little bit wide there. Did he just pick up a half second or 1 second penalty? It's a 1 second penalty for Robbo. Unfortunately, that's going to drop him back from Vetter a little bit further. Lap 7 of 14 at the moment. So he will drop back a little bit from Vetter, as Vetter is just dropping back a little bit from Deck at the moment. We will have a little check and see how everybody else is getting on as well. Deck opening his lead up to 9 seconds now, plus 9 seconds. But a 1:20.845 for Chad as well. That's an excellent time. Excellent time indeed. Good pace. Robbo, as we see, will burn off the penalty now. We'll just slow his lap time down, but keep going, Robbo, keep going, keep chasing indeed. Then we have a little gap. Oh, okay, so here we have a nice little battle. Peter and Wes, and only 3 tenths between them. 2 tenths between them now. But yeah, Peter keeping pretty tidy. Up into P4, starting in P10. So up into P4, and Wes has a half second, so it's unlucky, but yeah, unfortunately he's got a half second at the moment. We'll see Peter come round. Peter's just Casey just keeping it clean. He can do that. He's pretty good. So yeah, obviously we've raced hundreds of races, and I mean hundreds of races together. Great racer, Peter, good fun, and always fair racing. He will give you a battle, he will give you a race for sure, but always fair, always good and fair. Where's in P5 currently, but that half second will just take him down a little bit further. It won't bring him into the clutches of Vettel. Oh, well done, well held. Oh no, now this is going to be interesting. But Vettel also has a 1 second penalty, as we can see as we go back. So Peter will still hold on to P1, but he won't be paying his penalty until the next lap. So Wes will still be a little bit in that slip, but Peter is still holding P1 in the Pro-Am. That's the important part for Peter. It's not where he finishes totally in the race, it's the fact that he's P1 for Pro-Am at the moment. We have Vettel in P2 for the Pro-Am. We then have Nick in the pros. He's not too far away from Vettel either, so if he can put a few laps together, he might close that gap down. He might do indeed. Severy. Severy also, with a half second penalty, very unlucky with Severy as well. Take it nice and steady, don't get any more. And Gary in P9. So we lost Sayo. I'm not sure what happened with Sayo. I've not heard any messages from Sayo either. Okay. Okay. Right. I've not heard anything else from Sayo at the moment, so perhaps Sayo has a similar situation to Shockey. Okay. You don't want to do the GT3 GTD race afterwards. You can jump back in for that one if you like. Sayo. Here comes Yari in P9. So getting the 4 points at the moment. Severi. Well, yeah, Yari will still be getting points for P4. Severi in P3 at the moment. In the Pro-Am. Oh, Yari with a 1 second penalty just as he was closing up to Severi. Such a shame. Oh, that's such a shame as they come round to start lap 10. Where do you go for the overtake? We'll just stay in the slip and bump draft each other if you want. You can work together, it doesn't hurt. Break that gap down a little bit to the cars in front of you. Nick then, oh, Vettel with 1.5. Everybody going a little bit wide at turn 1. Got to be so careful. That's going to hold him back now from Peter. He's still holding P2. So okay, sorry, I didn't say. Yeah, okay, fine. You haven't left the lobby. That's fine. That's excellent stuff, mate. Excellent stuff. That's fine. I wasn't sure because I couldn't see. So no, that's cool. Thank you. Right, okie dokie. So it goes through into 6th, but again, it doesn't really make a lot of difference because Vettel's still in P2 in the Pro-Am. Nick is still in P5 actually, sorry, in the Pro. So still continuing in P5 is Nick, but Vettel in P2 for Pro-Am, Severi in P3 and Yari in P4. A little bit of a gap now between the two, but there's 4 laps to go. Maybe they can put a bit of pressure on. 121.915 from Yari as well. Last previous lap was an excellent lap. Lap 9, so excellent pace. Obviously he had to spend that penalty, but now maybe he'll look to try and see if he can improve on that. Deck with a 119.888, so he's gone sub 120. He's done a sub 120 as DTR Deck with a 119.888. Wow. There we go. Out in front by 9 seconds at the moment in front of Chad. Will be a little bit of tyre wear now. Fuel should be fine. 80 litres of starting fuel, so it should be fine. Nobody should run out of fuel. Obviously if you do get close then it's always worth looking after the fuel, but it should be fine. Deck out in front. Well, you can see Chad there in the background. We will go to Chad. So he's getting on. See what the gap is between Chad and Vetter, but yeah, Deck currently leading it out front. There we go to Chad, holding P2 as well, a bit of time between himself and Robbo, so quite a few time gaps here. And then we have Robbo in P3, number 33. And then we have Wes, and Peter, so Wes is in front of Peter, but Peter still holding on to P1 in the Pro-Am. Really useful points, giving a bit of slide there. There you go, you can get that back end to slide out if you want to. It will go. I think Robbo likes a bit of drifting. But yeah, absolutely spot on. Excellent stuff. Keep going, Robbo. Holding P3 at the moment in the Pro. A couple of flashes, there we go. Robbo knows he's on cam, there you go. Excellent stuff. Keep running smooth. Okay, well done. Just held it in. Seconds. Okay. Seconds. Yeah. Back online. Shockey's back online. Oh my word. Okay. I'm keeping fingers crossed. We'll wait for you, my brother. We'll wait for you. And no doubt about that, Shockey. We will wait for you. No, you're absolutely on your way. We will wait for you. You don't have to worry. Beautiful. Oh wow. Excellent stuff. That's really cool. Love it. Anyway, so we've got Robbo in P3 at the moment. Let's carry on going through. We've got Wes currently in P4 for the Pros. Peter in P5. It means he's in P1 for the Pro-Am. Excellent drive so far by Peter. Started in 10th place. Did get himself up into 4th, but more importantly, got himself into P1 for the Pro-Am class. So that's as good as he needs to do, realistically. That's it. He's in P1. Excellent drive, only 1/10 down from his best lap so far as well. Beautiful drive, there you go, keeping it nice and clean. That's how you do it. Well done, Peter. Well done. Yeah, it is a good livery. Excellent livery, Dyko. It's one of yours, which you created for him. The wall livery. Pink Floyd. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff indeed. Then we have Nick. And Vettel not too far behind Nick now, so he's managed to sort of steady himself after those couple of laps of penalties. And he's still in P2 for the Pro-Am. So this is just as good as he needs. He's coming around to start his last lap very soon as well. Deck is already on his last lap, of course. And so, yep, they'll be coming round as well. Excellent drive so far. Yari has managed to get him to PA. And Severy will be in P9. Yes, you did. I believe you did. As well with the tobacco as well with Severy in P9. So there's Severy's livery as well. We'll be seeing it again, or we won't be seeing it again actually, this one unfortunately, because Severy won't be able to make the next race. So there is a gap there. If anybody in the chat wants to jump in, anyone who's of a Pro-Am class driver, then you can always jump in and join us. Let's get to Deck then, because Deck isn't going to be too far away. Led from start to finish in the Arsenal livery Dreamcast MX-5. Come around on the final corner. Here he comes, 115, 116. So yeah, it's going to be a 120 thereabouts, 121. It's a 120 it is, 1 point, but there he is. Deck takes P1. Congratulations to Deck. Excellent drive. Takes the win. And Chad will be taking P2 as well. There's the checkered flag for Chad. Great drive as well by Chad. There you go, that'll only count for your second, so you're fine. You're still going to hand up with your P2. Robbo, flashing those lights and giving it some horns. P3. Oh, we have Peter coming through. Maybe Wes must have picked up. Well done, Peter. P4, Wes P5. Excellent drive by both of you. I know Wes was right towards the back as well, so both did well there. And there comes Nick as well in P6. Climbed up as well. Vettel in P7. Excellent stuff. It's P2 in Pro-Am, so that's brilliant stuff. Then we have Yari. Coming around the tight-ish left-hander, you can just ease off a little bit of braking and ease, and there we go on to the right-hander as he comes towards the start-finish. And Yari will take P8, and Severy will take P9. There might be a little review to do on that one, but yeah. So here he comes, Severy P9. GG's, Severy. We understand the collision that happened, so maybe we might look at that one on the replays. And but there we are. There's DTR Deck, pole position, and takes the win in the round 3 of the IMSA MX-5 Cup. GG's, well done, well done. There it is, DTR Deck. Jay Murphy, brilliant stuff. Right, let's get that bit done first. Almost ran out of fuel. Yeah, it's a very close one with the fuel, 80 litres. It will. It is very close. It just is. it was 70 litres originally, but yeah, it got put to 80 litres. Just extra little bit more for everybody. Right, there we are. So here we go. Real quick run through. So we had DTR Deck in P1, Chad in P2, Robbo in P3, Peter in P4. Well done, Peter. GG's. Wes in P5, climbed up as well. Nick as well in P6, also a climber. Vettel in P7, but P2 in Pro-Am. Yari in P8, but P3 in Pro-Am. Followed by Severy in Pro-Am as well. So he's P4, but P9 overall. And Sayo will be P10, which would have been P6 for Pro. So there we are. So we'll just come off this now. I will change the event settings, which we will need to go to the GT3 GTDs, and we will load those, and away we go. Beautiful. And change. This is a 33 lap race, everybody, so this is the GT3s. Yep, that's okay, everything's fine. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, a little apology there from Wes. Obviously, just probably when the penalty was burning off, sometimes it's not always easy to pick the right line. But here we go. So this is the GT3 GTDs. GT3s. Let's get that on there. Quali at 45. Running a little bit behind at the moment. I'll give the guys a chance to get a couple of laps in. There we go, Peter just saying, all good my friend. Excellent stuff, let's get some spectating going on. Let's have a look at some of the cars, some of the liveries out on show. There we go, someone will be going with medium, some will go with softs. Obviously qualifying, you want to go with the softs. So I'm pretty sure everyone will change to their soft tyres for the qualifying scenario. But Nick is out on track in the Porsche. This one being the new Porsche for the game. Now we have Chad in the Ferrari. He's also with the 296. There it is. In the yellow as well. The orange yellow. Go, and then we have the BMW M4 of Sayo right in behind in the BMW M4 styled M6. There you go, excellent stuff. Nice livery there too, looking good, looking good. Some rather nice liveries on show this evening. Shockey, look at that, look who's joined the room, everybody. Shockey's back in. Yes, yes, yay! Fingers crossed for Shockey. Fingers crossed, man. Great to have you back in. Great to have you back in. Keeping our fingers crossed for you. 100%. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There we are. And there he is. Getting out on track. He'll be in the Porsche as well. Sayo is there. Yari in the AMG. A Daiko livery. MSI. Bring the Yari, bring the AMG through. And there's Shockey, yeah, beautiful. Good to have you back in, buddy. Great to have you back in. Excellent stuff. So then we have Wes in the Lamborghini Huracan. He's the only Huracan tonight. Unfortunately, we didn't have Hippie with us this evening. Got to be careful on T1. Got to keep it on that track. Don't go too wide. He's got those wipers on in case there's a bit of moisture in the air. Always, it's the way Wes drives these days. So excellent stuff. But yeah, he'll be the only Huracan in tonight. And then we have Deck, who will be also in the 296. We have 3 296s this evening on track. 3 Ferraris. There it is. Lovely stuff. And Deck will wanted to keep himself towards the front. But yeah, there's a nice little warm up. We get qualifying starting at 45 at 8:45. Race will be starting bang on 9 o'clock, I guess, with that. And again, will be Pro-Am drivers out first. They will have their laps, and then I think you have. It's just a safety aspect of it all, I believe. It's pretty good. Better to be safe than sorry, Wes, 100%. But yeah, Wes, Deck then. This, of course, is the longer version, so we have the boot, or the foot, as they say. On the purple at the moment, but Chad with 145.5 as well, excellent time in the 296. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the qualifying goes with this one. There we go, 45.7. So yeah, we have Yari. Got to keep an eye on the time, everybody. That's cool. That's cool. We're 3 minutes away from qualifying. Yari with the purple at the moment, so yep. And some cars, it's quite noticeable that at parts of the track you'll see that some cars will be better. Some of the parts of the track suit MRs, some of the parts of the track suit FRs, front engine rear wheel drive. So you'll find that sometimes some cars will have a better or purple sectors in certain areas, certain sectors of the track. So it's pretty cool. There's a nice little balance there. So it's not a given that a certain particular MR or FR will be favoured. But yeah, so it's quite nice in that respect. Quite cool. Nick in the Porsche. There we go with the Monster Energy livery. So 147.662. Some might be trying different tyre compounds as well, so there's always that possibility. .541. Still sounds good, the M6. I do think it still sounds good. There's Shocky. So Shocky back in with us as well, which is great to see. Superb in the Pro-Am. Okay, so I'll just post a message. 1 minute to qualifying. Okay, it's not there. That's my face. Check tyres, which is always what I like to say. There we go, lovely bubblies. 1 minute to qualifying and check tyres. I want to make sure everybody's on the racing soft. As we will now step out. We'll just see Shocky come round, finish off that lap. We will see in qualifying. We will go through some of the points as well at the moment. Everybody's at. There we are. Peter, there we are. Dark Side of the Moon. That's why he's called Pink Floyd Peter. There we are. Okay, so we'll step out of here and we will start qualifying. Good luck, everybody. And again, good luck. And there we go. Qualifying starts. And Richie's in with me. I don't realise Richie was in there with me. But there we are. Evening, Richie. But there he is. Brilliant stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So Richie's getting a bird's eye view of everything as well. We will now go to this. It's Pro-Am's out first, as we know, always. There we are. Severy. And so we will have 5 drivers in the Pro-Am this time, which is nice. There we go, a little bit of there we go, Severy out in the Lexus, the only Lexus on track with us tonight. Everyone just taking it a bit easy. It's all good, all good. There we go. Warm up those tyres. Give yourself a bit of space from each other. I would say the that's it. With regards to the slip, the slip is off, so there's no gain from slip from any of the cars in front of you. So it is purely down to your pace that will get your time. So you might as well give yourself a bit of space between yourself and the cars in front. That way you make sure that your fastest lap won't get compromised if you have to slow up. There we are, Peter. Is Peter running? He's Yari. Yari, yes, Yari's always out first. Gets on that track first time every time. There we go, Yari. Great to have Yari with us as well. I believe this might be the second series for Yari. Might even be third, but it's definitely second. With us with the IMSA. Next year will change a little bit, but that will be updated as the year goes on. In October, November, announcements will be made with regards to some of the races and series for 2027. But Yari now will come round, having done his outlap. Will now be coming round There we go, completes his out lap, so now he's on his flying lap, the first of the flying laps that Jari will be doing. It's so important. I always think your first lap probably always best to go just that little bit tighter, just get that banker in, and then that allows you to go for it a little bit more with the second lap. That's how I think anyway. There's Jari. Peter in the McLaren, again the only 650 here. I ran this on Thursday practice, it was nice, it felt good around here. I've driven it before around here as well in the EDTM, and yeah, it's got a nice feel to it. It's not like the quickest, but it's just got a nice feel to it. It's yeah, nice to drive. It's a good choice. Another one of those pretty good all-rounders. And then we have Severi in the Lexus. The only Lexus on track with us this evening. I've done really well with the Lexus actually, Severi, so yeah, done very well with it. Just got to work out that brake balance for it so that you keep those tyres working well right the way through. It's some different there we go, so he's up on that now, so yep, let's click back onto Shockey as well. Shockey in the Porsche. Yeah, so there's a couple of different strats that could come into play tonight. It could be a case of Jari with a 146.692, so he sets off the first times. Peter with a 146.932, so only 3/10 behind. Comes Shockey. Severi 147.08. And there's Shockey as well into P2 so far. So currently P2. We then have Vettel. Where was Vettel? 147.046, so just a little bit behind Severi at the moment. In the 296. Again, feels nice around here. I did drive it as well on the first practice. Come back a few weeks ago. So yeah, it did feel nice around here. A little bit, I did find the rear slightly a little bit slippy with the mediums when they wore a little bit, so the tail was a little bit, did want to slide a touch, but so there is that potential, but otherwise was quite predictable in most of the racing that I did with it. Let's have another look. So Severi is happy with his 147.08 at the moment. We have Peter, Shockey and Jari. So Jari coming round through now. Pros need to go out. Pro need to go out. Pro should have been out a while ago, but yeah, get out now, get out, get out, get out. Go, go, go. That's it. So Jari coming round through. They will only just get their 3 laps in. Here he comes. Let's see what sort of lap time Jari can put in. It's a one. That's a weird one. So it's a 146.692. It's still his fastest lap. Shockey coming in with a 146.790. So he has improved on that time there. Oh, did he? Yeah, I think so. Yep. It's close, isn't it? Look how close this is, guys. 146.692, 792, 892. 008 and 046. Wow, it's just 4/10 between all 5 of the Pro-Am drivers. That's tight. That's very tight. Wow. Okie dokie. So let's get back onto the pros. Let's see how these guys are going. I think Sayo is leading them out. He is indeed. He got himself out on track nice and quick. Didn't hang around. They should get their laps in. Yeah, but just about. So it comes around on the top part. It's always a tricky left-hander there. Always tricky. Because of the lift, you lose that little bit of downforce on the front end. Coming round now, so finishing off his out lap. Away goes Sayo. Trying to maximise as much speed as he can out of that final turn. And here he goes, out to set his first of his 2 qualifying laps, flying laps. And tidily through, Robbo with the Red Bull AMG, the second of the AMGs, one in the Pro, one in the Pro-Am. Deck in the 296. Beautiful. Currently hitting a purple at the moment. And then we have Chad, also in the 296. Third of the Ferraris this evening. Nice time as well so far, so looking good for Chad, looking good. Where's in the Lamborghini, the Huracan, the only Huracan on track this evening with us. And Nick in the second of the Porsches, just behind Wes, but let's just see Wes come through. And then we have Nick. Ooh, slight little, I think there was a slight little tail waggle there. But yeah, well held, well held. It's, but we'll go and see now, because we now know that Sayo will be coming through to complete his first flying lap. It's a 45.657. Excellent start, excellent start. Sayo in P1. Robbo in P2 with a 140 deck with a 144.577. That's mad. But Robbo with a 146.392 puts him into P3. Deck currently then in pole position with a 144.577. Chad in P2 now goes into P2, just above Sayo with a 145.474. So just 0.2 in front. 1.83, well, 0.83 in fact in front of Sayo. And then we have Wes into P2 with a 145.379 with a Lambo. Well done, nice, nice, nice. Looking good, looking good. Chad down in P3, everyone on their final flying lap then. So in P4, Robbo in P5. We'll be waiting for Nick as well. I think Nick either came out late or maybe came out on the wrong tyre and had to go back in. I'm not sure, but didn't have a lap posted. So hopefully he'll get his third lap in, but I'm not sure because I think time might run out for the third lap. It's 9:44 now on the counter. So he might just get one flying lap in. That's what best he'll probably want to try and do. Deck with half a second penalty at the moment. Deck returning to the pits. He knows he's got his 145 in there. Everyone coming on round. Wes with a 145.379. Chad coming through, but he won't be in the next one over. I believe it'll be Sayo. So let's see if Sayo has improved on that 145.657. It's very close, isn't it? Very, very close indeed. 141, 140. Oh, this is going to be close. It's a 145.329 puts Sayo in provisional P2. Excellent P2 there from Sayo. Robbo coming over to Robbo improve. No, he doesn't. Chad coming over next. Will he improve his time? No, he does, but it puts him in P4, keeps him in P4. He did take a couple of hundredths off it, but wasn't quite enough to get him into the top 3. He'll start in P4 for the race. Sayo starting in P2, Deck starting in P1 with Wes, Robbo and Nick coming through. There we are, so Nick did manage to get a time in the end. Well done Nick, 146.424, which is puts him in P6. And 6th place in the Pro, so exactly you might say where he should be, I suppose. So yeah, excellent stuff. Well done Nick, well done, well done. I see you only had the one flying lap there, I think. So well done, you managed to get that lap in and get a time in. Brilliant stuff, well done buddy. But yeah, I think you see 146.4, Robbo 146.3, and then we have Chad with 145.4, 145.3, 145.3, and then 144.5. The deck, that's pretty quick, isn't it? Race will start at 9 o'clock, everybody, just so you know, so stay with us. We'll start at 9. Obviously we will be finished before 9 o'clock, before 10 o'clock. So I know there'll be a few that'll be wanting to maybe watch something at that point. So we will be finished before then. So stay with us, why not? Stay tuned with us and enjoy the race. Definitely worth it. So let's take a quick saving on that one and a quick saving on that one as well, the qualifying here. P2 146.892. So yeah, you can see how close all this is, can't you really? So yep, the pros. So we have DTR Deck in P1, Sayo in P2, Butts and Cats in P3, and then we have Cheta holding in P4, Robbo in P5, and Nick in P6. Oh, I'm not sure, Robbo. We'll see it. I'll watch it back. I didn't catch it, my friend, unfortunately, but we'll watch it back. Yari in P7, but obviously in P1 for the Pro-Am. Shocky in P2 for the Pro-Am. Peter in P3 for the Pro-Am, Severy P4 for Pro-Am, and then we have Vettel in P5 for Pro-Am as well. Excellent stuff, well done everybody. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Right, so race starts at 9 o'clock. I'll just put that on there. At 00, there we go, just so everyone's know. Beautiful. That's that done. Check tyres. Obviously there's a couple of different strats that people could use here. Some might go for a 2-stop, some might go for a 1-stop. So going to be interesting to see what gets chosen here. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Certainly no gimme yet. So great to have Shocky back in there. That was really cool. Really happy with that. You can use mediums or softs, yeah, mediums or softs. So if you're doing, yeah, you use mediums or softs. You can use mediums for qualifying if you want. It's entirely up to you. Obviously, it's a little bit slower, I would think, but you can use that if you like. But yeah, you can use mediums or softs. Those are the 2 tyre requirements. Those are the mandatory tyres for this race. So you must use both of those tyres. And back to get started. And we are, here we go. So there we are. Have a good race. Have a clean race. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. Have a good race. Have a clean race. Absolutely 100%. And hopefully everyone's got their tyres set and away we go. There we are. This way we should be finished around about 54 minutes, something like that, everybody. So yeah, somewhere around there. So we will be finished in time if you're wanting to watch something at 10 PM BST. Certain game, you'll be fine. So it's all good. It's all good. Lovely. Okay, so Deck will be leading us out. We'll do a few on boards as well today. So yeah, get a few on boards as well. Interesting to see what tyre choices everyone will pick at the start. Like I say, softs and mediums, and we're away. Over the line they go. We won't put anything on just yet for the first lap. We will put stuff on for the second lap though, so information will come on. Currently Deck holding a P1 at the moment with Sayo in P2. Important, no one picks up a penalty going through here. Daiko wishing everybody good luck. Sayo in P2. We then have Wes in P3 with Chad right behind in P4. Everyone keeping a line astern at the moment. Nobody making any major moves or anything. Maybe just sort of maybe go the first few laps out the way and then start looking at tactical situations. Robert in P5 at the moment. Everyone staying as they are. No moves being made. Probably a sensible idea. Nick holding P6 as well at the moment. Then we have Yari in P7, P1 in the Pro-Am, followed by Shocky in P2 with looks like Peter in P3. Indeed it is Peter in P3, Severy in P4, and then we have Vettel in P5. Excellent stuff. So there we are at the moment. Everyone all line astern, nobody really going for moves, just taking it nice and easy. I think the first part of this will definitely be a case of people working out their strat and not committing too much. But look at the way that you can make up time. Just keeping in line. You can keep yourselves all close together. Look, it's a brilliant start from everybody here. This is brilliant. It's so close with everyone. Deck's just out in front at the moment. He's just etched himself a
couple of tenths there from Sayo, holding into P2, Chad in P3. So Chad has taken P3 away from Wes in P4 now. And then we have Robbo, Wes, sorry, in P4, but okay at the moment. Depending on tyres, so again, it all depends on the tyre situation. Robbo now in P5. We then have Nick in P6. There's a little gap between Nick and Yari in P7. Then we have Shockey. Severi looking up the inside, thinking better of it, and leaving Peter to continue with the 650S. We've got Vettel also looking for the inside of Severi. Maybe Severi on a different tyre compound, or maybe on a different strategy as well. So might be thinking, yeah, might not need to push too hard just yet. And holding himself in P11 now. Vettel into P10, but they're still very, very close at this point. Everyone actually is still very close at this point, to be honest with you. Great start to the race so far to everybody. GG's. GG's indeed. Severi just with Vettel at the moment. Vettel just going a little bit tighter on that one, which is leaving a little bit of a line. We've got Peter and Shockey there as well. And yeah, he's come back through on the inside of Vettel. So Vettel comes back to the rear. Shockey just goes back through on Peter. I think Peter almost went past Shockey, but managed to hold on to the line. We've got Severi looking to the inside. Yari had to burn off a penalty. That's dropped Yari down, unfortunately, with so many people so close. A penalty at that point really did drop you down, so it's really unfortunate to get that penalty at that point. We've got Severi and Peter going side by side here. Excellent driving by both of them though. Both giving space. Peter just easing up a little bit, thinking better of trying to go side by side again, knowing it's going to cost them time potentially, to Yari behind them. So they can continue. Let's get some info on then, guys. Let's get some info so you can see what's going on and who's setting fastest laps at the moment. Currently Deck with the fastest lap at a 1:45.354 at the moment. Holding P1 from Sayo and Chad in P3 at the moment. That's the top three at the moment. I will go to them in a second. Just watching the Severi and Peter Peter racer here. Nice bit of action. You have also Yari and Vettel as well. So these guys are really keeping up some nice little action here. Certainly are. But Peter just tucking in behind Severi. You can also use the slip of the car in front a little bit, save a little bit of fuel. So that can be also an aim if you're looking to just maybe save yourself a little bit of fuel. If you're going for the one stop, you might want to do that, look after the tyres at the same time. If you're going for a two stop, you might be pushing harder and trying to just get as quicker times as you can and get through the traffic. Oh, little wiggle by Yari, which just opened the door up for Vettel going through on the inside. So Vettel takes up into P9, Yari in P10, Robbo in P11. So something must have happened with Robbo there. He must have come off the track totally. I missed that, Robbo. I'm so sorry. But yeah, must have come off. Yeah, absolutely. They are indeed. Yeah, yeah. Always involved in one way, shape, or form. Everyone is. So yeah, it's great. It's great. No worries on that at all. So we'll quickly flick up then to the front. So we have Deck currently leading. He's managed to come himself out to a 4.9 second, 4.9 second lead at the moment. We'll have a little glance on tyres in a moment. We then have Sayo, and this is close here still. So Sayo, Chad and Wes, positions 2, 3 and 4 respectively in the Pro class. And both, I mean, Wes is within a second of Sayo, which means he's within half a second of Chad. Chad is within half a second of Sayo, so it's pretty close between these three. Oh, getting a little bit of the sideways there from Chad. Up tail end, just slipping slightly. It does like to do that sometimes. It's not always the most predictable. But yeah, holding on to that P3 at the moment. Currently holding a podium position, but he's still got Wes creating that pressure behind. Always there. Sayo holding on to that P2 at the moment. Nick is in P5 of course, because Robbo had the incident that's taken him down into P6 for the pro lobby. I know that both Robbo and Nick haven't really had an awful lot to practice this week and last week either. Robbo's work keeps him away, and when we have the practices in the evening, often it's at a time where he's going to be going to sleep, maybe an hour and a half later, and yeah, because he has early mornings driving. So on that P2 at the moment. Okay, we'll go through some tyres in a minute, but both of these two, we made a little bit of a gap there from Wes. That's with 147.240 at the moment. Has enjoyed that Lamborghini, and you can hear that Porsche as well. So Nick not too far behind, just 3.5 seconds behind is Nick. 2 Porsches there we are. Well, you wouldn't expect anything more, would you, if you've got 2 Porsches in the lobby? You'd expect them to be pretty close to each other, wouldn't you? Nick in P5, Shockey currently leading the Pro-Am then, after the unfortunate spin, I think it was. Oh, it wasn't a spin, sorry, it was the penalty, wasn't it, for Yari, which put him down the grid, and at a time when it was so close, all the cars were so close that it put him from P1 to P5, I think, P6, P5 for the Pro-Am, so it happened so quickly, unfortunately. And that's always the risk of when you get a penalty early on. And when you get a penalty later on, maybe in lap 10, 11 or 12, it's sometimes not as expensive. But on the first lap or two, it can be quite expensive because so many people are so close to you. It guarantees that it's going to cost you at least 1 or maybe 2 positions on track. Nick holding that position at the moment. Shockey just holding on to Nick's tail. Shockey at P1 at the moment in the Pro-Am. Nick again, one of the ones that didn't really get a lot of practice this week. He's been away on holiday as well. Had a lovely time out in roads, so yep, enjoyed himself. Got Shockey in P6. I'm giving lots of information here, aren't I? I'm sorry. Oh, Nick, oh, well held. That tail did just sort of overwind there a little bit. It's a combination like oversteer and understeer almost, but well held. He could have found himself going into the wall there quite easily, but he kept it together. Shockey into P5 at the moment. So Nick into P6 with Severy in P7, but he's in P2. Oh, with a half second. Peter in P3. So Peter will be looking to just maybe keep it there and use that slip. Oh, okay. Severy covering on the inside. Peter going to the outside. And we'll just cut back in again. Sometimes you don't always want that extra slip when you're going towards the chicane, because you can carry a little bit more speed than you want to and end up picking up a penalty, so sometimes it's better not to do that. This is where the battle is though at the moment. This is definitely where we're staying at the moment, people. So we've got Severy just holding on to that P1 at the moment. Peter right there in P2, but he's got Vettel with him obviously, and that's why he's trying to keep that pressure on Severy to keep pushing, because he obviously wants to try and make sure that takes advantage of the situation, which he does. Peter holding on, but we do have Vettel just in front, but Peter holds the inside line, both trying to go around the corner at the same time. Beautifully done. Space given as well. Fantastic racing, guys, well done. Peter holding on to P1 then, P2, sorry, for the Pro-Am at the moment, with Vettel in P3. Yari up into P4, so Yari's managed to get back up now, and he's up into P4. Severy in P5, but like I say, this could all change a little bit depending on what people are doing for their strats. You might have drivers doing one stop, might have some doing 2 stops, and we have Severy coming in. So Severy coming in off the softs, so he's gone on softs early. And we'll be rejoining, I'm guessing, probably with mediums for this middle stint, so I'm guessing he's going to go for a 2 stint here. A 2 stop, maybe go hard first and then go steady for the rest, but I don't know. Does he know something we don't? Is he capable of doing something that we're not sure of here? 7th lap he's in, so he's looking to do 26 laps. Or he's going to be doing a 2-stop. Let's see how that covers. He's 19 seconds adrift from Robbo. And Robbo is 3 seconds, 2.9 seconds adrift from Yari. So he's only 22 seconds away from Yari at the moment. And then we have, so we do have Yari, Peter and Vettel all in a battle here. But, yep. Peter and Dimitri. Dimitri going a little bit wide there, picking up a bit of dust. Hopefully he hasn't picked up a penalty. No. Excellent stuff. It would have shown up very nice. That's good. Just covering the inside. Peter just looking on the inside, trying to create a little opening there, putting a little bit of pressure on Vettel. You can see they're still not too far away from Shockey as well. You saw Shockey and Nick, both going through. And both these drivers very close to each other. Look at that. Couldn't get much closer. Now, is he close enough? Is he close enough to go for an overtake here? Or will that Ferrari just have enough to hold? It's just having enough to hold. Peter just tucks in behind. Depending on strat, might even be using a little bit less fuel here, so might be saving a little bit as well. But Vettel at the moment in P2 for Pro-Am, Peter in P3 for Pro-Am, and then Yari right in behind Peter in P4 in the Pro-Am as well. So yeah, keeping it tight. Nice little race here, nice little battle for the Pro-Am. Slightly different lines coming through there. It's interesting sometimes as well with the different cars. Drivers take slightly different lines through as it comes. Oh, I'm hoping he's managed to not get a half-second penalty there. That's very close. Oh, it was just beyond that line. I thought it might have been just beyond that line. Okay. He's really be burning it this time. He will be burning it off on this lap, so Peter will burn it off. Moves to the inside to allow the driver's space to go through as he burns off the penalty. But we'll tuck back in behind Yari. Now if we can just keep Yari's tail, he will still be there. That's the beauty of this, it's still very close here. We'll move back up again in a minute and we'll go and see how Sayo and Chad are getting on. But it has been great so far. Lovely little battles, beautiful overtakes, and some good clean racing from all these guys. So that's the one thing you always get. So we can see Peter there, and Sabri. So Sabri might be doing a one-stop. This could be interesting, guys. I'll be interested to see how he gets on with this, you know. Yep, 150.5285, sorry, yep, excellent stuff. Okay, let's go up to deck then, let's see what's happening with deck at the moment. Deck up in P1 still. Managed to get himself a 14-second lead at the moment. And no one else has pitted in yet other than Sebri at the moment, so none of the pro drivers have pitted in yet. Deck holding on to that P1 at the moment. 145.007, fastest lap so far by DTR Deck. There you go, and around and on to the start finish straight. Crosses the line, another 145. Another 145. I know I'm looking at that and I'm just saying 145.3, 145.5, 145.1, 45.0, 45.0, 45.1, 45.0, 45.1. It's pretty consistent, guys. It's pretty consistent. Beautiful driving so far. Definitely putting pressure on the rest of the chasers at the moment. Sayo is the first of those chasers. Currently holding P2 in the BMW M4. liveried M6, I should say, but there you go. But yeah, currently holding P2. It has Chad with him, and Chad is less than a second behind. So, and these two have been pretty close most of the race so far, to be honest. So it's been these two mainly in second and third place, have been close to each other, and I'm there, which would lead me to believe they're probably on similar, well, they're probably on the same tyre compound at the moment, I would think, and maybe on a similar kind of strategy. But yeah, so holding on to P2 at the moment, Chad holding on to P3, Chad stepping in this evening, as we didn't have Kieran, so he's stepping in for Kieran this evening, but always welcome, always great to have Chad in. Again, another super racer, clean, respectful racer, so that's what we always love. Here with us again this evening. Keeping that Ferrari just close enough, just keeping it within reach of Sayo at the moment. Sayo still holding on to that nice P2 at the moment. Deck in on the medium, so Deck was on the mediums then, coming in, pitting in. What's he going to be coming out on? Okay. There we go. So will Deck be holding P1 when he comes? He won't be. He's going to be holding P3. Or will he? Will Wes come out in front? Quite possible he might just get in front of Deck before Deck manages to get out. Deck out in P4 then. There he is, but he's done his pit stop. Shocky is right there as well. They're both right there, so he's got to get himself up to speed pretty quickly. Shocky moves out, and yeah, just holding the line. Shocky just staying with him there. Well done, well done. Good driving, good driving. Excellent stuff. Shocky still holding P1 then for Pro-Am at the moment. And still mixing it in with the pro guys as well, the pro drivers. So Deck in P4. Chad has gone in front as well there, so didn't see that. But sorry about that, Chad. Didn't see that one. I don't know whether Sayo had a penalty or whether it was just the fact that Chad was that close, he was able to pull out and overtake on the back straight. But currently leading the race then in the 296. So we had one 296 that was leading the race, pitted, and now we have a 296 leading the race again in the shape of Chad. Pub chatter. Around there, the final right-hander. And there he goes, crosses the line, but Sayo still in slip, still holding that slip. Wes pulling in, so Wes is on the mediums as well. Wow, some good times with the medium tyres then, so excellent stuff. Wes pulling in off the mediums on lap 12. So Chad staying in P1 and Sayo in P2. But yeah, just holding at the moment. Be interesting to see when either one of these two pit in. Deck in P3 at the moment. So where's Simon? Hello Simon. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome in my friend. Nice to have you here. Don't worry, we will be finished if you wanted to watch the game at 10 o'clock. We will be finished before that, so yeah. Stay in, grab your beer or water, whichever you prefer. I'm on the water this evening. That's better. That's it, that's better. Deck on a purple at the moment. So we'll be chasing down Sayo and Chad on the soft compounded tyre. You can do both. Well, there you go. Absolutely, why not? Both a refreshment. Yeah, so yeah, we will be finished about 5 to 10, I think. with this race, and that will give you enough time to flick over, I guess, and just yeah, anyone who wants to watch the game at 10 o'clock, we will be finished just before that, so you're all good. You can all sit with us, enjoy this race. Let's have a look now. Sayo right with Chad still. Oh, indeed, if needs be. You can watch both. Yeah, absolutely, you can do both. Yeah, yeah, you can indeed. But, yeah, cool. But nice to have you here, mate. Nice to have you in. Feta still holding on to that P1 at the moment, then with Sayo and P2. And like I say, these two have been in touch with each other for a little while. Since the start of the race, really. Sayo's been in front, Chad's been in front, and they've not really been much more than a second between them, I don't think, throughout the whole race so far. And so it looks like it could be a pretty interesting battle. And could be playing the waiting game and seeing who's going to be coming into the pits first, and who might then try and take advantage of that. But yeah, very interesting. It's 33 laps. Racing softs and racing mediums must be used. Tyres on this particular track, if anyone knows, do rub out quite quick. So you know, it's an unforgiving track. There's lots of quite fastish rights and lefts. It's the left that tends to go first, so the front left tends to go first, as it's a right-handed track, what I call a right-handed track. So the front left tends to go out first. And that's the important tyre for when you want that extra grip when you're coming through the quicker corners. And then you find that you haven't quite got it, you get that little bit of understeer. So once you start getting a bit too much understeer, that's when you know you've time to probably pit in, as the front left won't be giving you that same grip. So these two currently still holding P1 and P2 at the moment. Deck has closed the gap down to 4.5 seconds now to Chad and Sayo. Then we have Shockey still in P4, and I say P4 but he's in P1 for Pro-Am, so he's currently holding the lead in Pro-Am at the moment. Great drive so far by Shockey. Then we have Nick, who is in P5 and currently P4 for the Pro as well, so holding out very well indeed. Good consistency. And then we have Yari, who has managed to get himself back up. So he had that issue on lap 1, I think it was, or lap 2 I believe it was, where he had a penalty. He had to lose that penalty, and when he lost that penalty he lost pretty much all the positions he had. Was almost at the back of the field, I think, other than Robbo, I think, who had an incident. Yeah, and has managed to claw himself back into P2 for the Pro-Am. Yet to pit. Then we have Wes, who has pitted, so he has had his pit, so now he's chasing away on his second stint, and he has currently used the 2 tyre compounds which were available, so if he goes for another pit stop he can still continue and carry on with softs if he wanted to, I guess. But so yeah. Then we have Severy, who's P3 in the Pro-Am, so he's got himself up a little bit there as Severy, so he's up into P3 now. Vettel into P4. Then we have Robbo in P5, and did Peter pit? I'm not sure if Peter has pitted. Don't think he did, so maybe he might have had an incident, but we'll have to check with that. But currently in P11 at the moment, but that's P5 in the Pro-Am. But a long way to go yet, so we're only in lap 14, still another 19 laps to go. So plenty of time for strats to play out. As they do, we don't know who's using softs and who's using mediums, so that can also play a major role in this. Softs definitely will give you some much quicker times, that's for sure. So we will see. Let's get back up then and see what's happening with Chad. Chad's still holding on to that P1 at the moment, just 6/10. Oh, and then we have Dex, who he's joined this at just the right time, by the looks of it. So we'll have Chad, we'll have Sayo, and we'll have Deck right behind now. And Deck goes through on the inside. Makes the move. Sayo holds on to P3. And around the outside. Chad goes in, yeah, Chad's pitted, so Chad has pitted to come off the medium, Sayo staying out, and Deck is in P1 at the moment, so Deck P1 with Sayo still in close attention. He'll be looking to just keep his eyes on that tail end of that 296 in front for as long as he can. Nice livery on that one as well. Nice livery on the M6 by Sayo. We'll get a lap as well with Deck in a moment. We'll sit on with Deck in a moment. So just get a lap in as we do. So Nick now up into P3. Chad coming out now into P4. Okay. Has Vettel had an issue? I wonder if Vettel's had an issue. Might have had a disconnect. Okie dokie. Chad managing to 10 seconds off behind Nick after his pit stop. Nick's still yet to pit, I believe. Wes just 3 seconds behind then of Chad. In the Hurricane. Currently holding P5 overall. Shockey P6, P1 in the Pro-Am. Did he pit? He must have pitted, I guess. I would imagine so. Sebri's only 2 or 3 seconds behind, so I think he must have pitted. Sebri then into P2 at the moment, so Yari must have pitted as well. Yep, so it looks like there's been quite a few pitting in. Half a second for Robbo. Comes round, will he burn it off now? He will be burning it off now, he'll be glad about that. Yari in the other AMG, Pro-Am AMG coming around the same hairpin there. So yeah, he pitted in as well, so yep. Peter, looks like Peter pitted in. So we might, no, we'll see. We'll see. Is Peter doing a one stop? If he is, he's probably done just about the right split, I would think. So yeah, could be interesting indeed. But he's into P4 currently at the moment, because obviously we've got Vettel, I think, slipped out there. I think he had a DNF maybe. I don't know whether power's gone down or whether internet's been lost. We will see. We'll get back onto Deck then, holding on to P1 at the moment with Sayo. Oh, Sayo had a penalty there. But currently holding that P2, yet to pit. But he'll be looking to possibly see if he can get back out in front of Chad after he's pitted. Nick still holding good at the moment. And we know Nick is very good with fuel, very good with tyres, so working very well at the moment, very consistent times, look at those. A couple of 49s, otherwise it's all 48s through there, pretty much, so it's pretty consistent timing there from Nick. He's got a flow going, that's for sure. Definitely got a flow going, which is good. Chad 8.5 seconds. Oh, but he's got company, and that's in the company of a Huracan in his mirrors, being driven by Wes, DTR Butts and Cats. There we go. We go into turn 1. Both keeping nice and clean and tidy. That's what you want to do. Come around, Sayo just coming out, because obviously Sayo, I think, is just pitted, coming out on the fresh rubber, will just be behind. But yeah, but Sayo will have the fresher tyres than these two, and potentially less fuel. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. As these two might have fueled up quite heavily. They were in front. You see right there though, Sayo. Very close bit of racing here. Third, fourth and fifth in the pro class. Less than half a second between all three realistically. Look at that, how tight it is. No one going for any moves just yet. Maybe just get themselves in for a few laps, maybe use a bit of slip. Look after that fuel. Tail wiggle from the Lambo. It comes out of some of those little tighter bends. It does like to wiggle a little bit. It's happier wiggling than the Ferrari, that's for sure. So yeah, still holding on to that. P4 at the moment, Nick in P2 at the moment as well. So Nick yet to pit in, so he probably will be pitting in soon, I would think. Is Sayo in a better position there? It looks like he might be, and I think Wes probably knew that he had a better position there. Just tucks in nice and tidy behind Sayo. We'll use Sayo's slip. Get that extra little bit of pace, keep himself in the battle. Well done. Yeah, great driving there. That's it. Bit of intelligent driving. We'll have a look in a moment. These three are very close together. Sayo again has rejoined that battle with Chad. He didn't quite get out back in front of Chad, but he's right with him now, so doesn't need to. He's only less than half a second behind, and 14 laps still to go. And sets a nice little blue sector for himself. It's looking good, Simon, to be honest with you. It is, yeah, much better. To be fair, I think a lot of the guys that are in with us tonight also have good internets, which also helps. I'm on a line as well now, so I used to be Wi-Fi, but I'm not anymore, so I'm now lined. I'm on a landline, so it's a much cleaner, smoother connection. And I'm guessing quite a few are also online as well, so it's just giving a much better, much cleaner racing, really. Looks much better. Yep, so you can see what they're like. Oh yeah, Sayo's definitely got that little bit on turn one. Very close between these two now, but turn one, Sayo's definitely got that little bit of an edge. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's best to be full fibre now. Definitely. It's just everything's so much smoother, and even if you don't have the greatest of download and upload, it's still it's still better quality overall than not having it, you know. So than not being on online. So yep, so much better now. So far, anyway. Fingers crossed that I haven't put a curse on this, Simon. But yeah, should be good so far. But currently Deck in P1, Nick in P2, yet to pit. Amazing, actually. But Nick is being caught right behind now with Chad. Unbelievable that Nick is still holding on to that position there. Chad moving out to overtake, go through on the inside. He thinks better of it. I think Nick will probably turn in on this one. 13 laps. There you go, just nibbled on the inside, and Nick gets space. Sayo also there. Will Sayo also have space? He does manage to get through. Nick coming, oh, close from Chad. Hopefully he didn't go over that line. Is Nick pulling in? Yes, he is. So Nick's going to come in and change tyres. Off the medium, so he'll be coming off the softs, and look at that. Absolutely no fuel left. He's drank absolutely everything. So yep, he'll be coming out on the soft tyres, but he only needs to fuel up what he needs to fuel up, so he'll be quite light, or lighter anyway. 12-13 laps worth of fuel, something like that. So Chad and P2 then. We'll click on to deck in a moment as well, because I did want to sort of do a lap with deck, but I think what we might do is do a lap with Sayo, because this is quite the battle between these two. He's managed to just get that swing. Oh, he's picked up half a second penalty as well, unfortunately for Chad. But yeah, Sayo went to the right, then went to the left and did a bit of a switch, almost like a switcheroo almost, you know, through there, and just managed to pick that line. Just managed to get himself back his little the front nose just in front of Chad. Chad just having to give that a little bit of space. And there we are. Chad will burn off the half-second penalty, but I'm pretty sure he'll be looking to chase back. And we'll look to catch Sayo if he can, but he's brought him back a little bit with Wes. So he's within a second, Wes is, but it just depends how much Wes has got in the tank and how good Wes's tyres are, how fast he can push for this one. Shockey in P5 at the moment. Did pit, so still holding, I say P5, but obviously he's P1 still in Pro-Am. And he's 8 seconds in front of Yari, who's P2 in Pro-Am. Nick in P3, Nick now with the soft tyres. Won't be carrying too much fuel either. He's got Robbo behind him, 1.8 seconds, but I think Nick might enjoy the last half of this, being on the softs. A little bit less fuel, and might just be able to let his hair down a little bit. He knows he's got Robbo behind him though, and Robbo can still cause issues. He's still got a lot of pace as Robbo in that AMG. There he is, currently holding P8 in the Red Bull, delivered for Verstappen, and he's pitting in. Okay, so he might have on the softs, so he's coming off the softs. I wonder if he's going to go on to another set of softs. I think he did mediums to begin with. I'm not 100% sure, don't quote me. And let's see, Peter then will go through, and there goes Peter onto lap 22 ahead of Severy. So Severy pitted in again on lap 18, so Severy now out. I'm guessing that Severy is now flying, in terms of that he's just fueled to the end of the race and is on optimum tyre. But let's see how he gets on. Yeah, he must be on optimum tyre, I think, because he's on medium. There he goes, he's almost going around the outside of the AMG there, Robbo. Both close together. We'll stay here because this is pretty close. Oh, sorry. The microphone there, guys, sorry about that. Just holding on to that P2 at the moment. So he's in front of Chad, which we know at the moment for the pros. Severy. Vettel, I think, had a disconnect, so did not finish. Very warm weekend this weekend, guys, across the whole of where we are, and hence why we will have had a few that dropped out, a few that lost electrical connections as well, unfortunately. We did already put this race back 2 weeks, because the first, when it was supposed to be raced, we had hot temperatures then as well, and it was too hot there as well. But we couldn't put this one off again, so we had to race this one. It's just a little bit cooler. And before he's got a little half-second penalty, so Severy's managed to get himself into 9th, but, which is P4 currently in the Pro-Am. Peter in P3 in the Pro-Am, so oh, hold it. Well done, thank you for that. So holding on to P3 at the moment is Peter. Chance of a podium finish in the Pro-Am. Nick right behind Yari, goes through on the inside, he's got the better tyre. Oh, poopy, okay, hopefully no one's got a penalty. Oh, he does get a half-second penalty, but it's not too bad. He will burn that off quickly enough. Hopefully he'll burn it off around this on this lap, and then it won't hold him back too much. 10 laps to go though, so plenty of time indeed. But he knows that where Yari is, Wes is only 5 seconds in front, so that's what's probably keeping Nick going. Yeah, he will be burning it off. If he can stay as close as he can, he'll go a little bit of toe and then he'll just fall out of the toe, but still, that's not quite so bad, you know. Still close to it. Chad is in, he's off, coming in off the medium tyres, so he's going to go for a splash and dash on the softs perhaps. Let's see how that's happening now. He is. He's only fueled for 58, so he's definitely fueled for the just about enough for the rest of the race. So I say a splash and dash. He's probably taken on new tyres, I would have thought. He has. He's onto the softs, so he's on the faster compounded tyre. Shockey, who will be coming through into P3, but obviously Shockey isn't in P3 as such because he's in P1 for the Pro-Am. It's been a great race so far by Shockey. Had some great practices, we had some beautiful racing, great battles as well, so yeah, doing very well at the moment. So Chad just behind Wes at the moment. Wes holding on to that P4, which is P3 in the pro lobby and the pro class. Deck still holding on to that P1 with Sayo in P2. Shockey for Pro-Am in P3, Wes for Pro in P4, Chad in P5 for Pro. They're both very close to Shockey. And let's see what happens here now. Let's see if Wes is going to make a little bit of a move. He's going round to the outside a little bit. Has he managed to get the move done? Shockey not sure which way to go there. As they both kind of take, all three of them attacking in there. Shockey has every right really to hold on to his position. He doesn't really need to move over. It's up to the guys to pick the right moments to overtake and to get a clean overtake. Chad just managing to take that P4 from Wes. He might be in the lower class in the Pro-Am, but he's still racing. So all the guys are always racing. So always a case of just you have to pick the right moment to make that clean overtake, make a good overtake. And Shockey looks to be coming in, so Shockey going to come in for a splash and dash. Going to be interesting to see what comes out, how he comes out from there. Chad holding on to P3 at the moment then, and Wes in P4, Nick in P5, so Nick's still holding on to P5 at the moment, only 7 seconds behind from Wes. But is he clear of traffic? He's clear of everything now, so he is an open road, so now maybe he'll be able to enjoy a little bit of open road and just soft tyres, lighter fuel load, just go and enjoy it. Go and enjoy it. Absolutely. And Shockey coming back out, so Shockey does come back out in P1. Yari also pitted, so there we are. So yeah, that was important to see that. And look at this now, so Yari did pit, but he's got Peter right behind him, and Peter carrying a bit of overspeed because of Yari coming out from the pits. And Peter just tucking in at the moment, keeping close. So Shockey in P1, Yari P2, and Peter in P3 in the Pro-Am. Excellent drive so far from Peter. Really good, but they've all driven really well. All three of them have driven really, really well. They really have. Shockey done superb. So let's see, 8 seconds at the moment from Nick to Wes. Wes in the toe though, he has Chad's toe as well, so that's going to give him that extra little bit of pace. If he 145.573 fastest lap as well from Wes, that's a great lap as well, especially during the race. Great lap time. Decker 143.946 fastest lap by Deck. A 143.946. I've gone he's done a sub 144 on this track. As you see, the sun is starting to come down a little bit. It's late afternoon, getting towards the early evening. It's going to be very similar conditions to what there is here, I guess, in the UK. Long shadows, as the sun starts to disappear. Wes and Chad having a lovely little battle here. This is really good. This is really good. How far is Sire? So Sire is quite far in front now. Chad obviously did pit in. He did go for the 2-stop. Sire went for the 1-stop. Deck, I think, went for the 2-stop actually, I believe. But yep, Sire holding nicely. Good lap times as well. Nice consistent lap times. 146s for the most part there. Excellent stuff from Sire. Look at that. Just cruising, almost cruising. Just feels like he's cruising here. Excellent stuff. Another 147 there. Lovely driving. Excellent stuff. Deck out in front. Look at that coming through. We will do a lap with Deck. He's fast approaching somebody which looks like Severy. And Severy has a 0.5 second penalty as well, so he'll be giving that up anyway, I guess. But that's a shame. There's Severy. He's got Deck just coming in behind him now. Obviously he'll get up position and then burn off that penalty. And Deck will move to the right and pass. And Deck is through. So, and Deck will then be catching up with Robbo, I believe. Yeah, could be, but we'll go for it. We'll go for a lap with Deck. I'll just have a quick look at Yari and Shockey just to see. Yeah, we're okay. Yari and Peters, 1.5 seconds. So yeah, we'll come back through. Sorry about that, everybody. But we'll just jump on board now with Deck, and we'll go for a nice little lap. So lap 28 with Deck. Here we go. And there we are. That's what a lap feels like on board with DTR Deck, also known as aka Jay Murphy, at Watkins Glen on the international course. Ah, well done. And Peter moves just a little bit to the left there to allow Deck through, being overlapped beautifully. Well driven, well driven. And it was also well driven by Robbo as well earlier in the on the 28th lap when he moved to the right to allow Deck pass as well. So excellent driving. Awareness is really. Oh, did he clip that wall slightly? Might have done, but yep. Anyway, we will come up here. Might have done, but Peter has Robbo there, but Sayo is pitted in and coming back out. So Sayo coming out on softs. Will he get out in front of Chad? Chad is on the final straight here. This is going to be close. He's coming through and out, but he might just have enough. Wow, it's going to be close, but he's just got enough. He's been consistent enough to get himself in a good position. You now want a better tyre, good fuel, and look how the sun is coming down. It's feeling like, yeah, it's feeling like the UK here, you know. Here at Watkins Glen. So, yep, fantastic. Here we go. Well done, Sayo. Oh, no, no, no. Didn't want that. Did not want that. We'll probably want to be pushing now. Shad in P3 at the moment. And then we have Wes in P4. Wes has dropped back a little bit from Shad. Maybe the tyres are just starting to go a little bit, so they might do in the Hurricane. But yeah, probably just starting to go a little bit. Half a second penalty as well. We got Nick 6.8 seconds behind in the Porsche. Great consistency again from Nick there. Look at that, 146.868 as well. So he's done his fastest lap on lap 26. Has pitted, so he's on for the rest of the race here. Shockey, 24 seconds down. Did pit twice, so it was a double pit by Shockey. Yari did as well, and it looks like it paid for them to do so. He's obviously got Deck coming behind him somewhere, but holding on to P2 at the moment. 8 seconds behind Shockey, but P2, he'll be happy enough with that. Should still keep him in front, or near, or very close to. And the I think it will actually. Should still keep him in front. There we go. So yeah, he's got Jack closing in behind him, holding on to P7 at the moment. Robert in P8. There we have Peter in P9, Severy in P10. So just 5 seconds between Severy and Peter. 5 laps to go. 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. So yeah, so 4 laps to go after this one. Okay, could be interesting. So yeah, could be a little bit of a battle towards the end here. We will see. Depends who's saving, how much each driver is saving, if they are having to fuel save. So yep, Peter in P9. An excellent drive again by Peter. P9 I say, but obviously P3 in the Pro-Am. So potentially another podium place for Peter. That'll be 2 podiums today if he can hold this. He'll be very happy with that. Robbo, Yari and Shockey still holding that 8-second lead. So with all the that beautiful red clouds, orangey red clouds in the background there, looking stunning. This is now absolutely stunning as they are coming through. Shockey P1 still in the Pro-Am. Is Nick closing that gap down? It's 6.6, 6.6, 6.7 around there. So yeah, again, not too much practice this week, so I think you'll be happy with P5 overall. Well done. GG still holding good lap times as well. Where's P4? There you go, there's beautiful orange clouds again. Look at that, that's stunning. Only a few laps to go. The lights are coming on the cars. So he's got a gap between himself and Chad really, so it's just a case of just keeping tidy and clean. And pretty sure he can bring it home in P4 as long as fuel is all good. Chad, so we have 2 seconds between these two at the moment, Chad and Sayo. Sayo managed to burn off his 1 second penalty and has managed to still keep a bit of time there, but Chad pitted a couple of 2 or 3 laps earlier, I think, than Sayo. And then on the last time that Sayo pitted, he managed to just come out in front of Chad. Been pretty tight for both of them. But they've both raced really well. It's been a great race between the two of them. It really has been quite the battle. This is the longest gap, really. You know, there hasn't been an awful lot between them throughout most of the race. Some great battling, very close racing. Only a couple of laps left to go. Full lights on the front of the Ferrari. There you go. Evo. Through it goes. On to the 32nd lap. So he knows he's just got to keep tidy and clean, but yep, keep it together. Holding on to that P2 at the moment. Deck has just hit 45s, 44s. It's just, yeah, amazing. Number board light coming on as well on the side, as you can see, but yeah, great stuff. Holding on to that P1 as he will be coming round to start the final lap. Comes around to the tight right-hander. 57, here we go. And there he is, he starts the final lap. So holding in P2 at the moment. Oh, hold it, there we go, well done, well done. He holds it, Chad in P3, these two, like I say, been battling away for most of the race. I say most of it, it really has been most of it. It's been sort of a good 80% of the race these two have been at it. Been great to watch, nice little battle. Where's the half-second penalty, but he's got a gap between himself and Nick. Nick must have had a little incident somewhere, I'm guessing. Yeah, must have an incident somewhere. And then we have Shockey. P6. He's got Deck coming round to keep him company. Maybe they'll cross the line together. Almost. As Pro winner and Pro-Am winner. So yeah, held on really well as Shockey. Brilliant stuff. Been a great drive, really has. You can see Deck with him. So yeah, it looks like we're going to have pretty much both these two drivers, but Shockey might need to do the extra lap because Deck will be finishing just behind him. Yep, he will. So Shockey will come through. We'll finish the 32nd lap. We'll now get on to the 33rd lap. Finish the race, but it's Deck who comes through in P1. Congratulations, Deck. Another excellent drive. GG's. P1. P1 in the MX-5 and also P1 in the main event as well in the GT3s, GTDs. Congratulations to DTR Deck. Brilliant drive from start to finish, led all the way apart from after the first pit stop when he came in a little bit earlier than the others, but managed to climb his way back up through. Yay, thanks Simon, and Simon just saying GG folks, especially Deck there. Yeah, it was a great drive. Sayo now, still holding on to that P2, will be coming round and through, round to the right hander. And there he is. Is there a flash of the lights there? There is definitely a flash of the lights. Well done, Sayo. Great drive. P2. GG's. 144.985 as well. Excellent lap time as well. And Chad comes through as well. Sorry, Chad, almost missed you there, my friend. Brilliant drive from Chad. P3 for Chad. And a 145.444 fastest lap from Chad as well. So excellent pace from both of those two. Really good. Where's coming through? Oh, look at this. You can tell it's the last lap. Nice and Wes. Is there a little flash? I don't know if there'll be a little flash, but he's coming across. Brilliantly done. Well done, Wes. Excellent P4. GG's. Great drive. And then we have Nick in P5 as well. There you go. A little bit of wiggling across. And over he comes. Congratulations to Nick. P5. GG's. P5 in the Pro as well. So that's that's the Pro P5 positions. Shockey coming round, look at this. So Shockey will take P1, flashing lights and everything, look at that. Well done Shockey, congratulations, GG's. Great drive, really good drive. There we go, look at that. My tyres were cooked, says Wes. I'm not surprised they were. There's Deck in victory, puts his arm in the air. Well done Deck, GG's. But yeah, let's get that taken first and then we'll get to this part as well. Run out of fuel. Oh, unlucky Nick. Nick ran out of fuel and that's why he had to back off and lost that little bit of time in the end. I wondered what it was, but that's exactly what it was in the end, I guess. So Deck taking P1 in the Pro. Overall time of 58.52.117 with a best lap of 143.946. So yeah, that's pretty good going. With Sayo in P2, with as fast as that was 144.955, so a sub 145, so it's still an excellent lap time. And excellent P2 for Sayo as well. Great drive. The M4 did him proud. Well done, well done. Then we have Chad in P3. Well done, Chad. Came in, stepped in for Kieran this evening. But yeah, one stop. I think one stop was possible, to be honest with you. It is a bit tricky, but it is possible. I did do a one stop on Thursday. But you've got to take that first stint that long enough so that when you do the softs, you're not going to kill your softs too much. But yeah, it can be done. Not too bad. But yeah, congratulations on P2, Sayo. Congratulations. Chad, yeah, like I said, Chad finishing on P3. So the final podium goes to Chad on P3. Excellent drive, came in and took over from Kieran this week. Kieran off this particular night, so Chad came in and reserve driven for him and pulled out a good one there, again in P3. So excellent drive by Chad in the Ferrari 296, GG's. Then we had Butts and Cats in the Huracan, picking up P4. Nick picking up P5 in the Porsche. Then we have Shocky, who finishes P1. In the Pro-Am, excellent stuff. And Shocky, I bet you're glad the internet or electrics all came back. That was a great P1, mate. And yeah, deserved to a point as well. I know you put a lot of practice in and stuff, so had some lovely racing with you. So yeah, excellent stuff, my friend. Glad that you managed to get a P1 now in the Pro-Am. But also Yari, look at that. Excellent stuff from Yari. I mean, Yari, I think, got himself a penalty early on, which put him down quite a few places really early in the race, which is a shame. So lost a bit of time, but managed to get a lot of that back. Then we have Robbo, who managed to get himself up to P8 in the end. Managed to get that AMG back up there. So yeah, GG's. And then we have Peter in P9. He's also in P3. So he's the last of the podium finishes in the for the Pro-Am. So 2 podiums today for Peter. Got to be happy with that. He got P1, I believe, in the MX-5 earlier, and P3 in the GT3. So excellent drive today from Peter. Well done, my friend. Well done, well done. 2 podiums. Can't be much better than that. Then we had DTR Severy in P10, but in P4 for Pro-Am. Great drive from Severy again. And yeah, enjoyed that. It was really good. Nice to see the Lexus being represented, so always good. Only Lexus on track, so well done, GG's. And then finally we have Vettel. Did not finish, but I think that's more than likely going to be an internet issue or electrical issue, perhaps, is why he would have fallen out from that, because he's not one to sort of quit. Not that we know of. So I'm imagining that that's going to be some kind of internet issue. Or even electrical issue, as I say, because it's hot at the moment. Here it's hot over quite a bit of Europe as well, so it's pretty warm, and those sorts of things are going to happen. Unfortunately, we're going to get those dropouts with everything, and that's what's going to happen. But again, excellent drive. So yeah, it was doing pretty well at the time, and we'll still get points at the end of it anyway. So you'll always score points as long as you complete the race. And so there we are. Right, so that's it then, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very, very much for joining us this evening. There it is. DTR Deck gets the P1, Sayo P2, Chad P3, and then we had Shocky, Yari and Peter for the Pro-Ams in their positions of 1, 2 and 3. Join us again in 2 weeks' time. We'll be at CGV, which is the Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve, and that will be similar again in that we will have the GT3s, and we will also have the MX-5s. MX-5s we will try probably with a slightly different tyre compound for that one. We will see. We've got a couple of practices to go. Prior to that, or just before that as well, on the 24th, so that will be on the 25th, the next IMSA DTR 2026 will be on the 25th. On the 24th we have CTC Community Team Cup, and we will be taking on TCR, Ticini Community Racing. It's quite possible, who knows, we could have 2 Gran Turismo World Series drivers on track that night. I'm only saying it's quite possible. It's not a given, but you know, if you'll have to find out. You'll have to be here to find out. So it could be pretty interesting, that race as well. That's in the Cayman Group 4. So that'll be the next one up. That'll be the first race coming up. So that'll be on the 24th of July. I want to thank you all for joining us this evening. I want to thank all the drivers for coming in, and for one or two as well for just keeping going, you know, when issues were against them. Shockey for getting back involved when all his electrics went, you know, and for others as well, just keeping at it and keeping stuck in there when the going gets a bit tough. The tough get going, and all these guys tonight did that. That's what they do, and it's a pleasure to watch them, and it's great to do comms on them, to be honest with you. It's a pleasure. Right, okay, so as I say, it's goodbye for now, and we'll see you again in a few weeks' time, everybody. And thank you again so much for joining in. Take care, everyone, and see you again on the 24th of July, on Friday, 24th of July. Okay, thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.